everyone, today I'll be reviewing Queen Cleopatra, just dropped on Netflix, and it is a documentary series, and this documentary series has 4 episodes. Even the show before came out, the trailer, yes, people saw the trailer and they're like, whoa, what is happening and what do I think about this series? Because this is a documentary series, like, because whenever you are watching documentary, especially this person, Cleopatra, like, we all heard about her. Everybody in the world knows about her. You know what I mean? Like, maybe people who are in America, they will be watching and they'll be like, okay, maybe they will not care that much. But people, rest of the world who's not here, they will watch this show and they will laugh at it because the way this show was done is beyond, like, I was really thinking, what am I watching? And this actress who is, like, she's playing Cleopatra, her name is Adele James. This morning I saw her, she was really mad at Twitter because, all these people are attacking her because, she's playing this character. And this show, the way it was done, like, all these people comes on and talks about Cleopatra. The way they are talking here, none of them are, by the way, they don't have any qualification to talk about her because they're not historian. And like, there is some historian on YouTube. If you listen to them, they have more evidence than these people are on this documentary. None of them they know anything about it. They're just making up all this stuff in their head. And I was sitting there thinking, you do realize you are talking about this iconic woman in history, Cleopatra. I don't get it. When I was watching, I was thinking and laughing, and then I was like really irritating. Same time, I was thinking in my head, why this show was not just a normal drama show? You know what I mean? Like, nobody would be mad at this documentary if it was just a normal show, because recently there was another show on Netflix, Queen Charlotte Bridgerton story. So when you watch that show makes sense because that show is actually telling you, like, that show is based on this real life figure, but they're not actually, that show is not a documentary. It is a made up story, like fictional. So when you watch that show, it makes sense. Like, but when you watch this one, because it is a documentary, it puts you in a really bad mood because you are listening to all this bunch of people who has no background on anything. Like, why are you telling me about Cleopatra? Are you telling me all this evidence in the history, they are wrong because you think it might be that? It's really laughable when you watch it. Again, I don't know why it wasn't just a normal drama, because the story is so interesting actually. And this show so many times, it tried to make her, Cleopatra, a feminist person. As no way she was like that. That being said, of course, if you hear the director behind this show, you are like she's kind of like this hippie person. One day she decided, why shouldn't be Cleopatra a black and why she shouldn't be a melanin sister, something like that. She said it, like, she didn't do any research or nothing. She just said one day in her head or something, they told her, and I was like, she's a hippie person, she's making up stuff in her head. Although I felt like she did do good job directing the show. And once again, why it couldn't be just a normal made up show like many other shows are on Netflix? Nobody will be irritated by this show or nothing if it was just a made up story. No, it has to be a real life person from the history. Cleopatra, who was Greek. There's so many evidence she is Greek. Even her porcelain portrait is out there, and this show tried to slide in this information that this guy is from Greek and he did some research on her and he kind of made her Greek person. That's what the show was telling me, and I was like, okay, is that means everybody? I think some people are out there, they have no idea about real world, they believe this is true, and I'm here thinking, why you think it is true? The way all these people, none of them are historian or nothing. They're just coming here and telling stuff. I was like, really? And the one scene that ruined for me in this show is this one. This Cleopatra, she's supposed to be very charming and she's supposed to be manipulative and very, I don't know, charismatic probably, because she wasn't very beautiful. She was a small person, something like that. That is what I was hearing. Well, Adele James, she did look like a small like actress. Unfortunately, like the way the minute she met Caesars in this show, she had no she had no charming in that particular scene. I was like, are you kidding me? You are not charming or nothing. You are just it's the borderline angry look she has on her face. And I was like, well, I am not saying she's angry all the time, but she did look like she was a very angry and feminist type. And I was like, I just wish she was more charming. Why aren't you charming? You're meeting this person so powerful. You cannot be like, oh, you cannot talk like that and he will be attracted to you, because like, didn't make any sense. Why would be he attracted to her? You know what I mean? Am I saying Elizabeth Taylor, she was right? Like, she had right to play Cleopatra. The era Elizabeth Taylor, she played Cleopatra. Back then, it was a long time ago. When it was, I never seen that movie, 1935. Back then, the Hollywood was different, you know what I mean? A couple of years ago, I think Gal Gadot, she tried to play Cleopatra. She did got a lot of backlash or something. I don't think Cleopatra, I personally don't think like Cleopatra would have looked like Elizabeth Taylor. No way she would have looked like that. But I don't think she would have. I think maybe similar to look like Gal Gadot. Maybe a little bit more tan, I will say. Like, or I might be wrong. Who knows? I do not care what skin color she was. But this show tried to portray her like this show centers around this idea she must have been black. Like nothing else was going on. That is why this show was really bitter watch. I don't think people will be checking this out. I think most people, they do not have time to see this. Like, this is not a Little Mermaid, you know what I mean? People do not have time for this kind of stuff. So I do not think this will be a huge hit, anything like that. But all the backlash this show got for Netflix, it just look like look like Netflix is an idiot, you know what I mean? End of the day, that's what I was going to thinking. I was like, Netflix, they have made so many great shows. Why did they produce or make this show, make them really full front of the whole world? Again, Netflix is a worldwide streaming service, not just in America, you know what I mean? That is why they really made themselves full front of the world. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this series? And if you enjoyed this review, don't share my other reviews on other Netflix series. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. And if I see you next time, please take care.